Hello and welcome to another video in our multiplayer blueprint course. In this video we'll continue making our tank, and we'll make the damage models like the engine, the gun breech, and the ammo rack. And make that when the ammo rack is hit, it will destroy the tank immediately, and if the engine is hit, the tank will not be able to move until it is repaired. And also if the gun breech is hit, also it won't be able to shoot, and so on. So let's start by making these damage models. First, let's go to the tank mesh and make the sockets for these models. The first socket is the engine. Add socket engine. The other one is the ammo rack, also be in the hull. Ammo rack. And for the now we look for the turret or the gun, and add the joint for the gun breech. Now let's go back to our tank. Now let's go back to our blueprint tank and add the hitboxes for these damage models. Let's add the first box collision. We call it engine, and we the parent socket we use the engine, and another one, let's duplicate the engine and call it gun breech. Also attach it to the gun breech socket. And for the ammo rack, for the T72, I will use a cylinder. Or leave it as a box. Cylinder. Not to be attached to the mesh. So I don't want a 3D model, I want the collision. I think that there is no cylinder, so let's go back to use box collision. Ammo rack. The ammo rack, also the parent socket is the ammo rack socket. Now let's change the view and change it to wireframe to be able to see these boxes. And now let's go to the tank, also change the perspective to right and change the view to wireframe. Now let's look first for the engine. Where is the engine? This one. And let's change its position, put it here in the back. Here, let me just move this window. Now you see the box is here. Now let's change the dimensions, make it slightly longer, like this, maybe 60 centimeters. And for the width, make it also 70. And for the height, I think we need to get it slightly lower. This is enough. Now if we look here, the engine, change to wireframe. The engine is here, which is in the right position. Now let's go and change the position of the gun bridge. Well, it will not need a lot of work because it is already in its place. Just change the dimensions of it. Increase it to the Z to 15. Let's see the front view, so change it to the Y to maybe 25. And for the X, leave it. Now for the ammo rack, for the T72, you know the ammo rack is here under the turret, so I'll just change the dimensions of it, make it like 80, and the Y make it slightly smaller, 70. Also the X 70, and for the Z 25. Maybe the X I'll leave it like that. I do not want it to be very big, to maybe make it 80. I do not want it to be very big so that the tank will be destroyed easily. The ammo rack here, let's put it lower and slightly to the back. Okay, look around. Well, it looks fine. Now for these boxes, first before we do any coding, let's go and add a trace channel for the post penetration calculations. Let's look for trace channels. Let's add a new channel and call it post penetration. Sorry, without spaces. And for the default, I will make it ignore because I only want these collision boxes to interact with the this line trace. Now let's choose all these boxes, then go to the collision, change it to custom, ignore everything except for post penetration, make it block. Now what we need is to calculate and make a line trace from the impact point of the projectile, and maybe make it for the line trace length, maybe make it like 50 units or maybe 100 units. We can make the length of the line trace depend on the penetration power of the shell, but maybe I'll add it, maybe we will add this later. If the shell has high penetration or the penetration of the shell is a lot more than the armor, well, we can make the line trace longer. Now let's see. First we need to transfer the data from the projectile to the tank that is hit. How do we do this? By making a line. sorry, by making interface. We already have this interface, BPI get shell penetration. Let's add here another function, call it get shell rotation and location. Here we need two inputs, one for the location and the other is for the rotation. Let's go back to the shell. Here when the shell hits the tank, I will add another check so that this code will not be executed every time the shell hits something. So I wanted to calculate the damage and calculate the impact angle. All this I want it only to be calculated if it hits the tank, but if it is not, it hits maybe a wall or something else, it should not calculate the damage, only do the explosion effects and destroy the actor. So to make sure that we hit the tank, either we check for the interface that is implemented by the blueprint or for a tag. For me, I will add a tag in the blueprint in the tank. Here, let's go for class defaults or class settings and look for tag in the class defaults. Here for the actor tags, add a tag, call it tank, and copy this word. We want it to be exactly the same, and here we add this check. Sorry, not add this check. Here after the hit actor look for tag, actor tag, and put the tag here, paste it, branch. Now if the actor that is hit has the tank tag, so we will execute all these code. But if it does not have the tank tag, maybe if you want to add other units, maybe soldiers, airplanes, you can add their tags here, or maybe you can change the tag from the tank and to like destroyable or can be hit, anything, any tag that you can use in all the other units. So for default, we should bypass all these code and jump here for the visual effects and destroy the tank. Let me organize this. This is better because we do not want the calculations to be done every time it hits anything, that even if it is not relevant to us or to the game. So this is better for the optimization and better for the multiplayer game because this will take bandwidth every time you hit a wall or anything else, and will calculate all this, and all this happen on the server. It affects the gameplay smoothness. Now we need to transfer, like I said, the location and rotation of the of the shell. Here let's make a custom event, because we want this to be done on the server. Call it server get shell location and rotation. Make it run on server and reliable. Here we want an actor reference. Call it hit actor, and the rotation and location. Location, and here the rotation. Why I did this? Because this post penetration calculation is important, because if a cheater can access this and change the values, maybe he will make the line trace into a sphere and it will destroy everything in its path, so it will be he will have more advantage. So we need to validate this with the server before we transfer it to the player. For the hit actor, we look for the interface called get shell penetration shell rotation and location, this one, and connect these variables. Now let's comment on it. Get shell location and rotation. Now let's implement this this event here. Server get shell location and rotation. Now we need the hit actor here, and for the location, get actor location, and the rotation, get actor rotation. Now we will get the actor location and rotation at the time of the hit of the tank. Now let's go back to our tank blueprint, and here let's implement the get shell rotation and location. Let me move this to the replication graph. Let me delete this. Paste it here. A custom event, server post penetration line trace, and instead I will connect the start and end, because we need the start and end. We will calculate this here, and we will draw debug to see the effect of this. Don't forget to set the event, the server post penetration line trace, to run on server and reliable line traces. Here we will calculate the line trace here. So let's get server post penetration line trace. Now for the start location will be the location of the impact. For the end it will be the forward vector, get forward vector, and multiply the forward vector by a value, float value. I'll make it for the start 100 because I want to see the effect. Then we will change it according to the armor penetration or the power of the shell. Now let's add it to the start location. Let's comment. Server post 10 line trace. Don't forget to change the trace channel to the post penetration. Don't forget to make this ignore self boolean to false. And now let's test. Bracket result. Do you want to print string? I want to see if we are able to hit the component that we added. Now we want to print the string of the component that is hit by the line trace, and it is the post penetration line trace. And let's make sure that we put the collision correctly. We put it, the object type to world static or world dynamic. It does not make any difference. I will make it to world dynamic, and make sure that you ignore everything except the post penetration. Now let's test. Now let me show it here. Well, we have the engine. Let me see if I can show the ammo rack. Well, the ammo rack is visible and can be hit. And let me see if I gamble. Now we need to like you see here we hit these modules every time we hit the tank, so we do not want to do this. We want to make it to calculate this code and make this calculation only when there is penetration to the armor. So what I want is to call this event here in the event A damage, and when the effective armor is less than the shell penetration, we should calculate this post penetration effect. I will set the damage of the shell to 25 to be able to test more. Now let's go back to the tank. Here we want to save these variables, the location and the rotation, to be able to calculate this post penetration line trace when we penetrate the tank. So let's promote these two variables, the location and the rotation. We want them to be replicated for the rotation and the location. Now let's move these nodes to the event any damage. Cut them and paste them here. Here we need the location for the start and the location here, and the rotation put it here on the get forward vector. Now let's test. Now I will shoot this tank, and there is the engine because we were able to penetrate, but let me shoot here. Here it should not penetrate, and we should not get the name of the ammo rack. But if we move we move here, and we have the angle is vertical. Now we have the ammo rack. Let's try the other client, make sure the other client also has the same result. Let's shoot the host tank. Now we have the ammo rack. Let me shoot the engine. Now we have the engine. Well, destroy the tank, and let me shoot the other client to make sure that a client on client action is also calculated right. Now I'll stop here and shoot the engine. Okay, now I'll shoot the ammo rack. Okay, I think this video is becoming long. I will stop here, and on the next video I will implement the effect of this damage module, so that when the engine is hit, the tank will stop moving until it is repaired, and if the gun breech is hit, it cannot shoot, and if it hits the ammo rack, it will be destroyed immediately. So thank you for watching. See you on the next video.